Uh,
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Rewind the Tape. I'm none other than your friendly neighborhood Sodaman Gates. Today, how you doing? Joined as always by my co-pilot, my Riley, for this series.
yeah. I know, right? My name is Ben. I mean, Ben.
I thought of it first. Sure, you can have it. You could be Benjamin Gates.
I didn't mean that a little presumptuous of you to make me the Riley of this pair when I have a name Ben. That's all.
Well, I'm the one that does the intro, so it's just the way it flows, man.
So, yeah, we're talking National Treasure, right?
Oh goddamn! Yes, I love this movie to no end. I went and saw this in theaters with my friends, both of them, and I really wish they'd made a third one. I really do. These movies are so fun.
Well, you know, in talk, they might do it. They're
Right.
making a show. They're making a show and they're talking about making a three.
I'm at that. It's one of those movies for me that I'm at the point where I'll believe it when I see it because of how long it's been rumored and talked about, and I have a page on Wikipedia.
The only reason I add a little more credence to it right now, Nicolas Cage is having a moment, my man.
True. That's true. So that makes it very much more possible. I'm hoping because they did that tease at the end of the last one. With
Page 27.
Yeah. What's on that page, right? Is it, what really happened to Marilyn Monroe? Please, that would be awesome. Be weird, but awesome.
I think it has to do with aliens, if I had to guess.
Probably would have to do with Area 51, yeah, which is like, I don't care.
So, these movies, in my opinion anyway, are really a modernization of a new Indiana Jones.
Agreed. It's what it is. It's Indiana Jones for a new generation. Of course, it's Nicolas Cage, but it's not Indiana Jones.
No, but I would say of all the Indiana Jones type movies, these are probably the best that basic quality compared
Agreed.
to Indiana Jones.
Agreed, because there's some pretty decent names in here, and of course in the second one we get even bigger names. But in this one you've got John Voight playing the father. Of course you got Nicolas Cage. You got Diane Kruger, who's amazing in this movie as Abigail, and then of course you've got Sean Bean as the villain. He doesn't die.
Who doesn't die? Doesn't die?
Yeah, I always find it funny that he has the reputation of being the actor who dies the most on screen when it's really someone else. I think it's John Hurt.
I think you. I
I always find that funny. But yeah, and then of course Harvey Keitel as Agent Peter Sadusky. You've got Christopher Plummer as Ben Nicolas Cage's character's grandfather. Like, there's a really good set of actors in here.
And can't forget about Doug from the Hangover movie.
Exactly, Riley.
Justin Murphy.
Yeah,
Justin Murphy.
Yeah.
The unsung hero of the Hangover movies, in my opinion.
I agree, especially the first one when they find them all sunburnt on the roof. Oh yeah, I watched that forever.
That first one, man, it's a classic.
Oh yeah, the first one's amazing. Second one I really dislike, and the third one I thought was all right when I saw it. I haven't seen it since.
Goodman, man, you can't go wrong with Sean Goodman.
Oh God, no. Then Melissa McCarthy as the female equivalent of Zach
Galifianakis. Yeah. I think there's a more screen time than I think Sarah has, too.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm real quick about Hangover 3. I remember watching it in the theater and being confused because the opening scene is still funny, but it feels like a comedy version of a Mission Impossible movie. It's all about Chow getting out of prison, if you remember.
Oh, okay. The only thing I remember from the beginning of the movie is when Alan accidentally kills the giraffe, and then while he's listening to "My Life" by Elton John on his headphones, his dad has a heart attack while yelling at him behind him.
The dad being played by Jeffrey Table. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, who unfortunately is not in these National Treasure films. Did you see this in theaters?
I know I have the second one. I might have seen the first one. Yeah, I think I did.
Right on. This is actually one of the DVDs I've owned the longest.
Really?
Yeah, that's how much I like this movie. It's one of the DVDs I've owned the longest. And there's great bonus features in them because that came out during the time when Easter eggs were on the thing.
Right now.
Yeah, there's some pretty good ones and some decent documentaries.
Yeah. One of the things that I don't know if it gets under talked about or whatnot, but one of the things I really loved about this movie is that chemistry between Nicolas Cage and Justin.
Oh, agreed. You could tell that they're friends. Like
yeah,
they're like brothers.
I mean,
yeah. And like the scene, one of the scenes I love the most in this movie is when Riley thinks he's one-upped Benjamin Gates by talking about the security, and then Nicolas Cage is like, well, we could do this, this, and this, and Riley's like, couldn't have just given it to me, huh?
Yeah. You want to read the synopsis or
fuck, I might, after I finish watching the January 6th hearings, I might go back and rewatch this movie tonight. Benjamin, that's how much I love it. 2 nights in a row, why not? Benjamin Franklin Gates is an American historian, cryptographer, and treasure hunter. It's been a long day, folks. It's just been a long week. When Ben it has been. We had a massive power outage up where I live in northern British Columbia that pretty much affected a good 600 kilometer distance, where all the towns in that area had no internet, no cable, no telephone. It was wild. It made me glad I had such a big physical.
I see. When you say that, I see you with all your DVDs. Kind of like that ending of the Twilight Zone. You think you have all the time in the world, but you don't run classes. So.
Yeah, pretty much. It was definitely like, okay, what do I watch? And I just sit there throwing in Jackass forever. I mean, who doesn't love watching grown men hit each other in the nards? Still gets a laugh out of me. All right.
When you
literally get the ting, crushes them up with a slap shot. It's just woof. Okay. When Ben was young, his grandfather John told him that Charles Carroll passed on a secret to their ancestor in 1832 of a fabled national treasure hidden in America by the Knights Templar, founding fathers, and Freemasons. The clue leading to the treasure is the phrase, "The secret lies with Charlotte." While Ben is convinced by the story, his skeptical father, Patrick, dismisses it as nonsense. 30 years later, Ben and his friend, computer expert Riley Poole, head an expedition financed by wealthy Ian Howe to find the Charlotte, revealed to be a ship lost in the Arctic. Within, they find a meerschaum pipe, whose engraving reveals the next clue is on the Declaration of Independence. When Ian reveals himself to be a crime boss and suggests stealing the Declaration, a fight ensues and the group splits. Now, this scene is where you're like, oh, we're in for a ride. This was a great. This whole sequence on the Charlotte was great. They had trying to figure out what they meant by the next clue about Iron Pen, trying to figure out what the Declaration of Independence is, and prison, Iron Pen bars, and Riley's mocks them, and it's just a great scene, especially filled with tension at the end when they're trying to when Ian turns on them. It's such a great scene, and yeah, to see the Meerschaum pipe, I've never seen one of those before.
Me neither, man. And Ian is a great villain in this movie, isn't he?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I would go an underrated villain.
It's an underrated movie. It's an underrated Nick Cage movie, in my opinion.
Agreed. I love the 3 Disney films that he did, the 2 National Treasures, and I love Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Was a Family Man Disney?
Might have been Touchstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that one too.
He's like this from Disney. Like I love Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's another one I love. It's so fun.
Can't agree with you on that one, my man.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's just one of those Disney movies that it got me. It got me. All right. Ben and Riley report Ian's plan to the FBI and Dr. Abigail Chase of the National Archives, but no one believes her claim. Ben decides to protect the declaration by removing it from the archives preservation room, during a gala event. Obtaining Abigail's fingerprints, Ben successfully obtains the declaration, only to be spotted by Ian's group just as they break in to steal it. Ben tries to leave via the gift shop, but has to buy the declaration when the clerk mistakes it for a souvenir copy. Abigail, suspecting something's amiss, confronts Ben and takes back the document. Ian promptly kidnaps her, but Ben and Riley rescue Abigail, tricking Ian by leaving behind a souvenir copy of the declaration. FBI agent Sandusky begins tracking Ben down. Going to Patrick's house, the trio studies the declaration and discovers an Ottendorf cipher written in invisible ink. The message refers to the Silence Do-Good letters written by Benjamin Franklin. Patrick formerly owned them, but donated them to the Franklin Institute. Paying a schoolboy to view the letters and decipher the code for them, Ben, Riley, and Abigail discover a message pointing to the bell tower of Independence Hall. Pursued by Ian, they find a hidden cache containing a pair of glasses with multiple color lenses, which, when used to read the back of the declaration, reveal a clue pointing to the Trinity Church.
Those glasses are so cool.
Oh, God, yeah. God, yeah. This is the movie that kick-started my fascination with American history.
I wouldn't have thought it would have been Titanic, to be honest.
No. I said American history. Like, that's not American history. That's just history.
Oh.
But you know what I mean? Like.
I know what I.
War and the founding fathers and
all that. I'm always said if I had a DeLorean and I couldn't travel anywhere in time, I would go to 1776.
Yeah, there's just something about American history that just seems more fascinating than Canadian history.
Maybe you should move down here.
No. America has a long way to go before I decide I'm ever going to move there. Well, you never know. I mean, it is a never say never possibility, but that's where I'm at right now. Visiting, no problem.
Yeah, I wonder why. What are those hearings about tonight?
I don't know. Something happened about a year and a half ago. Ooh, I can't wait. All right. Ian's associates chase the trio through Philadelphia until Ben is arrested by the FBI. Abigail and Riley lose the declaration to Ian. However, Abigail convinces Ian to help them rescue Ben in exchange for the next clue. Ian agrees, arranging a meeting at the USS Intrepid where they help Ben evade the FBI. Ian returns the declaration and asks for the next clue, but when Ben remains coy, Ian reveals he has kidnapped Patrick as a hostage. Pretty much. I love John Boyd in these movies.
I love John Boyd, period. Let's be honest.
As an actor, yes. As a person, I think he might have done too many drugs in the 70s.
Come on, as an actor, he's great.
Oh yeah, no, agreed. As an actor, he's great, and he's good as the bumbling father. And Wait till we get talk about it part 2 because he's in a lot more of that movie.
Oh, and what about Helen Mirren? My God.
Oh, the Helen Mirren, she's great. When I remember because after seeing her in that one, they announced that they cast her in Fast 8 as the Shaw's brother's mom. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh, did you ever see Red?
Yes, that's right. She was in Red. I saw that a long time ago.
That's a fun movie, man.
Yeah,
That probably
movie's great.
That probably the next time really has actually tried and done a good performance.
Yeah.
I can't think of a. I mean, you can't say class. I mean, no, not class. Split. He showed up in one thing at the end of the split.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I just spoil that for you? I'm sorry
No,
if
I
I did.
do. I was just thinking of other things as well. I was thinking of other examples.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I know about that. I know about that for real. Sorry, no. I knew about that right away. Yeah.
Okay, I just wouldn't hate to spoil anything.
You know, I don't care about spoilers for like 99% of things.
Anyway, back to National Treasure.
They travel to the Trinity Church where they find an underground passage that appears to lead to a dead end, lit by a lone lantern. Patrick claims it is a reference to the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, pointing Ian to the Old North Church in Boston. Ian traps Ben, Abigail, Riley, and Patrick in the chamber, heading for Boston, which was Patrick's intent, as the clue was fictitious. Oh, that was a great moment when you realize, oh, you flipped it on them. Ben then finds a notch which the meerschaum pipe fits into, opening a large chamber containing the treasure, with a staircase to the surface. Ben contacts Sadusky, who is actually a Freemason, and willingly surrenders the declaration and the treasure's location. Thanks to a tip from Ben, Ian is arrested by the FBI and sent to prison in Ben's place. Later,
I love Cantor's line when he's like,
somebody's got to go to jail.
yeah, exactly. Somebody has to go to prison.
Yeah, you're like, oh, damn.
Because you knew what was going to happen next, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, you knew it was going to happen. Later, Ben and Abigail have started a relationship, while Riley is somewhat upset that Ben turned down the 10% finder's fee for the treasure so the entire collection could go to museums. However, the 1% he did accept has still netted them all significant wealth. That's a lot of money, man.
Oh, yeah, it is. I didn't love what happens with Riley at the start of next movie.
Oh, yeah, God, spoilers. It has to do with the car that he drives in this movie. Oh, it's funny. It's funny, especially how he finds out. Thinks the girl's hitting on him. Is like, is this you? Yeah. Oh, yes. Is that your car? Shit.
Dude, that guy is so underrated as a comedic actor.
Agreed. Yeah, the humor in these movies is so funny. The sarcasm, the wit. Yeah.
What?
I'm on Wikipedia. I just noticed who the cinematographer was.
Lincoln?
No, Caleb Deschanel, father of Zoe Deschanel.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
and Emily Deschanel.
And Emily Deschanel, yes, from Bones.
Yep.
Wild.
What did I want to say? Spoiler alert, but I want to tell you my favorite scene from the next movie.
Go ahead.
Is when there is, I think it's a museum or something, and King had to create a distraction. Him and Diane get into a
Oh, no, they're in the White House.
No, I know. I think it's
Buckingham Palace.
But yeah.
Yeah, because the Resolute desk.
Yeah.
I remember that because when we were watching that in theaters, me and my two friends, when the guard comes up to them and Nicolas Cage go, "Hello," we just burst out laughing in the theaters.
Hello.
It's one of those sequels that's just as good as the first one.
And maybe even better. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Yeah, that's another thing. That movie. I don't know why we're talking about it now, but that movie is what kickstarted my fascination with the Lincoln assassination and what happened to John Wilkes Booth.
Nice.
And I've read books about it. I've read books about how there's evidence that possibly support that he survived because it was the wrong person that was killed.
So that way, the assassination was apparently after he became a world famous vampire hunter, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a fun movie, man.
Never seen it. Don't know if I want to.
You know what? I was one of those movies I was hesitant to go watch as myself, but once I did, I had fun with it, man. It's just accept that it's bullshit,
Well, you mean it's not count by count accurate
right?
story?
Right?
I'm shocked. Shocked.
But no, I mean, just go with it with an open mind, and you might be surprised. You might be surprised.
I also didn't want to see because I'm a Christian and it might be too scary for me.
Mm, you know what? I think you've seen worse.
Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know.
It's the action is more in the vein of like the violence is more kind of what you would see in like the Blade series.
Okay, maybe I'll check it out.
That's kind of what it is. It's got that. It's kind of got that feel to it.
All right. Well, back to National Treasure.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite scene from this one?
It has to be when they're all at John White's house, discovering the map, and he's slowly figuring out what they're up to, and he's not quite happy about it.
And let's not forget, he thinks at first that his son knocked her up.
Not that quicker.
Yeah. No, I go that, and honestly, I would go with the scene where they find the treasure.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and the way they do it, it's so cool. You just light the thing, and the fire goes down the oil, and
Boom.
and
It was beautiful.
the best part is Riley when the room is fully lit and he starts crying, and they're like, "Oh, I know it's beautiful." He's like, "No, look, an exit."
Damn, you right. You were right. These one-liners, man.
Yeah.
There's one in the second one. After they discovered the other treasure,
Yeah.
John Point talks. Somebody ain't complaining about the bomb, and John Point's like, yeah, you should have seen it when we were like moving into the place.
Oh yeah, there you go. Some of the great lines. Yeah, Helen Mirren and John Boyer play a great on-screen couple. Well, kind of couple.
Ex-couple.
Yeah, who do I guess get back together in the end? I don't know. All right, was there anything else more you want to say about this episode or about this movie? Sorry.
This movie is really fun, man. I mean, there's really not that much to say, but it's pretty straightforward. Adventure, comedy, historical, whoop. And I have fun with it every time I watch it.
Agreed. It's movies that made the mold for like Uncharted and stuff like that. It's definitely in the vein of an Indiana Jones, which is a lot of fun. You got great casting choices. You got Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage as a hero. Like I said, this movie kickstarted my interest in American history, and especially, well, that's the next one with the Lincoln stuff. But yeah. This hearing the way these characters talk about those moments in history, and like especially Benjamin Gates when he's talking, when he takes a moment, it's like, and it was in this room that these men decided the fate of a country. It's like you feel it, and that's what made me curious. It's like I want to learn about this.
Have you ever seen the HBO miniseries Sean Adams?
No, but I've always heard it was great.
Dude, you have to. And line up your alley. You know what we should do? We want to take on that. I would be down.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Let me know. Yeah, I'd have. How many episodes is it?
6, 7?
Okay.
Not that much.
But I would be down.
I know really for after we finish, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So Ben, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me at my Twitter, Ben_Radio. You can find me at my YouTube channel, The Morning Wisdom Kingdom, every Monday on Dissecting the Showdown, every Wednesday on Jedi Academy, every Friday on the Weekly Kingdom, and every Sunday on Kingdom Uncut. You can find me here on this channel every Tuesday right here on Rewind the Tape, and every Saturday morning on Northern Countdown.
And as for myself, yeah, that's pretty much everything. You got a lot of stuff, my dude, but hey.
Dude, I have fun doing it, man.
You know what? I've noticed at least your Facebook group is taking off a little bit. It seems to be a nice yeah, it's kind of fun.
I wish my YouTube channel would take off a little bit, but
hey man, just give it time, man. Just give it time.
Yeah.
You know, what is it? You can't make an omelet if you don't break a few eggs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My man. I'm sorry.
I was going to start my spiel. As for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter on soda_the_saxman. You can find me on the shows that Ben mentioned here. Thursdays, Rewind the Tape, of course, and Saturdays, Northern Countdown. You can also find me on Wednesday nights on the Squared Slice with myself and my co-host, Dustin Dubuque. We took this week off because we were both tired from the week and stuff like that. So we're coming back next week. We're going to be talking about Hell in a Cell that happened this week and Cody Rhodes wrestling a Hell in a Cell match with a pec torn completely off the bone. Oh my God, that's in 25 minutes, and he put on a great match. Like, this is one of those, it's going to be talked about for years, matches with a torn pec. Anyways, and of course, you can also find me Saturdays over on the Let's Get Ready Network, over on the Dropkicks. So, on behalf of myself and Ben, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and we will see you next week as we rewind the tape on National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, which apparently Ben and I like better than this one because that's what we talked about most during this episode. Good night, folks. We'll see you next week.